First thing we have to say about impeachment right off the bat is it's dead on arrival in the Senate. Democrats have 51 votes in the Senate. Republicans have, 50 or 51, depending on the independent, one guy independent, and depending on Joe Lieberman. You're not going to get two-thirds of the Senate. You're not going to get 18, 19 Republicans to remove Dumya and Uncle Dick. Heck no. It's impossible. So this is all... So we got to think of it that even if impeachment is attempted, it's going to fail in the Senate. Okay? I think that's the reality. Yeah, it was called Inquire into Executive Power, Abuses of Executive Power. But let me try to simplify it. Listen, first thing, let's just say it was 6 hours of here. It was 6 hours. It went from 10 o'clock till 4 p.m. There were two panels. And there's a picture of John Conyers, and right next to him is Lamar Smith, the Republican. It was a long, thorough discussion of all the different things they could do. Let's say they could try the president for a crime after he leaves, or Cheney after he leaves, or the people involved in the torture, blah, 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 could be tried under international law or U.S. law or military law, what else did they talk about? They talked about impeaching lower officials other than the president and the vice president. They talked about the signing statements. It was 6 hours long, and they had 9 witnesses. There were several constitutional lawyers there. So and let me just say, this is getting virtually very little coverage. You can see that representative press is complaining, and I could say bitching and complaining. Right now, you only got 1,000 hits on this video. You know what? The biggest video going on the impeachment hearing is Bugliosi. Vincent Bugliosi, the former prosecutor, he sort of laid a broadside out, but the only reason why that's popular is because Bugliosi's famous. He's written a bunch of famous books that people that don't care about Congress and don't care about impeachment, they know the name Bugliosi. So they say, what the hell did Bugliosi say? So that's the most popular impeachment video is Bugliosi. All the other things that was said, everything else that was said is completely gone. Like some people were talking about, well, we should call witnesses, and if they refuse to show up, then we go to impeachment. I thought that was a pretty good threat. And we started. For example, if they call Raoul doesn't show up, okay, they say we would begin impeachment. And let me just say, I couldn't get any photographs. I tried very hard. I could get two photographs. I could get this one of Conyers, which was taken yesterday, and then I got another one of Kucinich, and the media portrays it as Kucinich talks to Conyers, and Kucinich loses because no one's listening to Kucinich. That's how the media is portraying it. It didn't say the media didn't say 6-hour hearing, extensive give and take. Lots of questions by constitutional scholars. Actually, Kucinich did very little talking. He introduced his articles, but the witnesses were the constitutional experts and the lawyers. So this idea that it was just Dennis Kucinich, of course, is media spin. They want to spin it and simplify it, and so that the lowest common denominator, the person. And actually, I think they want to frame it. They want to frame it as Dennis Kucinich wants impeachment, and nobody cares, and we don't even care. We're hardly even bothering to cover the story. But most of the time was spent with Bruce Fein, the lawyer, and Elizabeth Holtzman was talking. Another constitutional lawyer, the fellow from the Brennan Center. He was a lawyer. I've forgotten his name now. Older fellow, gray hair. lawyer from the Brennan Center. They don't mention any of this in any of the articles or the different options that they described other than impeachment. That was one of the questions they asked. They said, well, let's say we don't impeach. What can we do short of impeachment? And they were talking about, well, whatever, trying the president for crimes, as they did with Agnew. Agnew, Vice President Agnew, resigned, and then he was charged with tax evasion, I believe. So, what else can I say? There was lots of media. There was photographers there crawling around in the hearing room. The gallery was packed. There were protesters. There were lots of clicking of cameras. But as I say, the media isn't covering it. And you guys can complain all you want. We can complain, but people don't care. The American people don't care, really. Most of them. Let's say they're off with the ball game or the barbecue or I don't know what's popular on television these days. The summer movies, Batman. Yeah, Batman's more important right now. And they even brought up the thing of the question of war on Iran. Ho hum. We don't really. There's a war in Afghanistan. That's way far away, and I'm not involved with that, so we don't really care. In Iraq, we don't really care. Somebody else is fighting it. Someone else's kid is fighting that. I don't care. I'm not over there. Why should I care? So that's the American people. The American people get the government basically they deserve, and it's a crummy government. Now we can complain about this thing, but how many of you actually out there? And I'm talking about Representative Press and all the people that look at Representative Press and subscribe to it. Did anybody actually call the congressman, their congressman, or any of the congressmen on the Judiciary Committee? Anyone? My guess is no, nothing. No phone call. You know that number now. The number is 202-224-3121. Now, if it was about gun legislation, I could see 10,000 calls coming in immediately from the National Rifle Association. But no, I got to say, the impeachment people, we ain't organized as well. So there were no phone calls going into the House of Representatives saying, what's up with impeachment? Impeach the bastard, or things to that effect. So I called one of the guys, Smith, and I complained, but and I finally got through, but I'll bet the phones are dead pretty much. And the media is a crummy media because people don't buy newspapers, they don't read newspapers, they don't buy magazines, they don't read magazines. Oh, I'm going on a rant here. Oh, and let me just say, here's the great Ron Paul did not show up. The great man himself, the prophet, the seer, the shaman, the force. Ron Paul had something more important to do. Kucinich testified. Representative Kucinich testified, Representative Walter Jones testified, another representative testified, but Ron Paul had other things to do. There was some other revolution going on, something more important than protecting the Constitution. So Ron Paul didn't show up as a witness unless he wanted to show up for a witness and Conyers didn't allow him to testify. But I'm ranting and raving. Bring it to a close here. There's virtually no media coverage. And we can talk about it all we want on YouTube, and we can get 1,000 hits here and 1,000 hits there. Big deal. Nobody cares. I don't even know why I'm making this video. No one's going to watch it, right? Except my loyal gang, my little coterie or whatever, my little gang of friends, and that's about it. So, maybe something will come of it. Bye.